Hey everyone, I'm here today to talk to you about the 5 bad habits that all drummers get into. Well, most drummers get into. And if you're a beginner drummer and you're starting to learn how to play the drums and you haven't developed any of these habits yet, use this video and avoid developing these bad habits. All right, let's get straight to it. The first bad habit that drummers get into is using your shoulder when it's not really necessary. Now, when you're playing the drums, most of the hits, most of the striking of the drums you can do with your wrists and forearms. You don't really have to use your shoulder. So I mean, if you watch me play here for just even 10 seconds, you'll notice I don't really use my shoulder. Now, a lot of drummers start off that way and then sort of use their shoulder because they want to hit the drums really, really hard. And that ends up looking something like this, and it can actually be really hurtful to your muscles because you're overdoing it with your shoulder muscles, all right? It can look something like this. Not only does the drum beat sound way worse, but it actually hurt my shoulders even doing that for just a few seconds. All right, the second bad habit that drummers get into is overdoing it with the rim shots. Now, a regular hit on the snare drum sounds like this, right? Pretty pleasing to the ear. A rim shot sounds like this. And it's really loud, and it can actually turn an audience, I don't want to say, it can actually please an audience, but it just doesn't sound good when you overdo it. So I'll give you an example of me overdoing rim shots, all right? It just doesn't sound good. So I mean, rim shots should be used in a drum beat to add to it, to add some spice to it. Something like this. Now it added some flavor, it added some spice to that drum beat. The next bad habit that drummers get into is slouching down. Now, I don't know if I was slouching when I first started this video, but I am actually trying to get out of the habit of slouching. My back hurts after even playing the drums for as little as 10 minutes because I slouch. So I mean, everyone knows good posture will make you feel better. And to be honest with you, it will actually allow you to play the drums better because you get a better angle of attack. Your forearms won't hurt as much, your shoulders won't hurt as much if you are more standing upright, if you're sitting upright. So I know people that tend to slouch a lot, and especially when you're playing the drums, you're concentrating on other things. Just make the extra effort. Even put just a little sticky tab on your drums that says sit up straight or good posture. And I guarantee you'll feel much better at the end of a drumming session. The next bad habit, the fourth bad habit that drummers get into is holding their sticks too tightly. Now, your sticks should be held with these fingers right here, and you can use your pinky for extra support, but it should be very loose. You should be able to just wiggle your sticks in between your fingers. A lot of drummers will look like this. If you see a drummer looking like this, you know that they're holding their sticks too tightly, okay? Now, if you notice, there's a lot of forearm movement, and I guarantee that if you drum like that, holding your sticks too tightly, you will be in pain after as little as a few minutes. Now, if you hold your sticks loosely, not only will you not experience pain, but the drum beat will actually sound better. It will sound more fluent because you have more control. Your hands are just going with the tempo as opposed to your entire arm moving, right? If you're holding the stick too tightly. You're just using your fingers. It's much easier. Oops. And you can actually get the stick moving much quicker. It'll sound something like this, and it'll look like this. Now, as you can see, the sticks are just basically just bouncing off the cymbal and bouncing off the snare drum. And it just ends up being a better habit to get into. Don't get into the habit of holding your sticks tightly. The fifth and final bad habit that a lot of drummers get into is looking away from their drum set when they're playing. And if you take a look at any of my drum covers that I have online or a lot of my videos, I always look away while I'm playing the drums. And that's just because I think it's human nature to look away just because you're concentrating. And if you're looking here, you're seeing all your sticks flying around, you're seeing the cymbals, vibrating everywhere. So you're gonna get, it's gonna take away from your concentration. If you look to the side, you'll be able to concentrate more. A lot of drummers look like this when they drum. And to be honest with you, you may think that there's something on the side of the drum set, like lyrics or notes, but there's probably more than likely nothing there. It's just a bad habit that drummers get into. Now, looking at the drums will allow you to see what you are doing, so you won't miss those shots. You won't miss a hit on the tom and hit the rim of the drum instead, and you'll just have better control when you watch what you're doing. It's like anything else, right? If you skateboard, if you're looking to the side, you're probably not going to skateboard as well as you can looking down at the skateboard. So I know the fifth one is probably the hardest one to break, but break that bad habit and watch what you are doing on the drums. It will make you a better drummer, and you'll have more accurate shots, and your drum beats will sound much better. Those are the 5 bad habits that drummers get into. If you have already taken up these bad habits like I had in the past, get out of them as soon as you can, because your drumming will only get better. If you're a beginner drummer and you've just started and you haven't taken up any of these bad habits, use the habits that you've learned in this video. Avoid them at all costs. Do whatever you can. Place sticky notes on your drums, or just keep saying it and repeating it in your head. Do what you can to avoid these bad habits. Thank you for watching.